You know, the past few episodes of Bad Music Video Theater have been pretty depressing. They've been entirely too focused on major news events and world-changing catastrophes. I'm feeling pretty blue, and I don't know where to go to. Luckily, there's an entire song out there that can help me figure this out. A nearly 100-year-old song that I'm sure has aged remarkably well in hindsight.
What's next? Putting on the Ritz.
Puttin On the Ritz was written by Irving Berlin in 1927 and first released in 1929. It publicly debuted in the 1930 film of the same name, and singers like Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, and Bing Crosby all put out famous versions of the song.
His father was a traveling sales representative, and Taco was born in Indonesia. His full name is Taco Åkerson, and he grew up in Singapore, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany.
In 1982, singer Taco was looking for an image change. The Indonesia-born Dutch musician actually grew up speaking German, and his first contract stipulated that he would record solely in German. However, these albums weren't selling nearly as well as anyone had hoped, and Taco knew exactly what he needed to do.
And then it was a matter of finding a complete new image so people wouldn't identify me with the German songs anymore. That's where I came up with the idea to take these classic American songs and to put them in a whole new arrangement.
Combining new musical technologies with his childhood love of the classic American songbook, Taco recorded one of the most iconic tunes of all time, putting a stamp on it that only he could. Alright, time to pull up this music video. That's weird, it's not on his YouTube. Maybe I'll just search for it. Alright, here we go. Oh no. Sorry for the poor quality here, folks. We're apparently working on the one VHS rip of this video available. Pretty unhinged that we start on this image of a guy absolutely fascinated by a rat. Not even Ron Weasley cared about scabbers this much. We begin in an alley filled with homeless people, which a well-dressed Taco walks down. If this was the whole video, this ironic image coupled with the "let's brighten our moods by being fancy" lyrics, it would be okay. But given the direction this video goes, I'm very worried. The prop designer got just up to the line on what could legally be declared a lightsaber. Why does Taco do this mechanical man automaton dance through the whole video? He already has a strange vampiric quality about him, so why add soulless robot into the mix? This makeup job is a perfect test for Data on Star Trek The Next Generation. Man, Statler and Waldorf really let themselves go. Alright, I think I've waited long enough. Let's dig into the blackface. I suppose it could just be it's a song from the 20s, and blackface is from the 20s. But come on. You have to know that 60 years on, no one's gonna be okay with blackface. Just because Fred Astaire sang the song doesn't mean you should copy everything he did. And I'm all for retrofuturism, but mostly when filmmakers do it, it's like, we put an LED billboard on an Art Deco building, not old-timey racism and laser canes. It's so ingrained in the video too. There's just so much of it. I'm just wondering who came up with the idea to include it. Do you think the director thought of it? Or was it Taco demanding that they shoehorn it in? Listen, I'll do the video, but you just need to do one thing for me. Everyone in 2022 knows the second set of lyrics for the song. You know. But somewhere between 1929 and 1974, the lyrics were changed. And like many things coming out of the 20s, the original lyrics were very racist and offensive. The original version actually talked about rich whites slumming through Harlem and mocking the poor locals. References to Lulu Bells and High Browns give the lyrics a horribly offensive tone. The song goes from the lighthearted, let's get fancy and party vibe to let's go scoff at the poor black people. No wonder these lines have been changed over the last 90 years.
Wait a minute. Don't apply. That's terrible.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
What kind of people are you?
They're wonderful
That's
people.
a horrible song.
Is this why Taco put so much blackface into the video? To mock the song's racist origins? I hope so, but somebody should have told him that in order for satire to truly work, there needs to be a clear point and message, or you end up just doing the thing you're satirizing.
I mean, for God's sakes, Dennis, what message does that send? A lot of great actors have done blackface.
There's countless examples of very classy actors doing blackface.
At least no one performed the original lyrics in the 80s. I mean, given that there was a new, safer version, that would be completely unthinkable. Wait, why is this graphic coming up?
That's where each and every Lulu Bell goes. Every Thursday evening with her swell beau, rub an elbow.
Taco's hit climbs 3 notches to number 9. Here's Puttin On the Ritz.
The song charted at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, making the then 95-year-old Irving Berlin the oldest living songwriter to hit the charts. According to Taco, this was Berlin's favorite version of the song. He spoke with the composer over the phone, and apparently they got into depth about the production.
Well, I had the honor of talking to Mr. Berlin when I was in New York. That was really a hoot, because he was 100 years old at that time, and of course he didn't leave his apartment anymore, but he was very excited about it, and he really took his time and said, wow, that's the greatest version I ever heard of that song. And he was so excited to see this work of his in the charts for the very, very first time.
It just seems funny to imagine a long since retired Irving Berlin asking this guy questions about synthesizers. So you're telling me it's all done with computers? Taco put out several other covers of classic songs, but none reached the same heights as Puttin' on the Ritz. Some are surprising failures, like Singin' in the Rain, and others not so much. Like, is anyone shocked that a synth-heavy version of the Chattanooga Choo Choo didn't take off? In addition to the video, Taco also toured department store windows, performing his pantomime shtick in front of passers-by. Hoping that performing the song in this striking manner would drive sales, Taco once again played the fancy living mannequin, and shockingly, the song still charted. Maybe people had just gotten over their bad memories about living shop windows. The director, Jean-Pierre Breckman, directed a handful of other videos. Looking back with what I know now, I kind of regret giving him a pass on all the mimes in the Johnny and Mary music video. Come on, man, I trusted you. Surprisingly, the video got massive play on MTV. 1983 was a hard time for music television, what with being so hard up for videos. So even with the horrible racism, the song got a lot of traction on the network. Like, how did Columbia have to blackmail MTV into playing Michael Jackson, but they were more than comfortable playing blackface? Thankfully, modern taste has prevailed. The video now basically doesn't even exist online. Taco's official YouTube hasn't posted it, despite showing every weird-ass performance he ever gave in the 80s, and no one seems to want to upload it either. The copy I'm using came from the depths of archive.org, and it looks to be from the only copy in existence. I'm kinda glad this has been wiped from the internet. Well, another successful episode in the books. Wait. By adding another copy of this video online, am I helping to spread and propagate its racist messaging? No. It's the children who are wrong. Thanks for watching, everyone. I always appreciate people liking and sharing my videos. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Do you know a terrible music video you'd love to see me cover? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
Puttin' on the Ritz.